Before the video starts, I know a lot of you have commented on how my videos are too quiet, and there is a reason behind that. I don't use any sort of professional equipment, so I film everything on my phone, so the audio quality isn't going to be as good as, say, if I filmed with a microphone and a camera, and I can't afford that at the moment, so I'm gonna try and like turn up the volume during post-production, and I hope that works. We'll give it a shot, but it's genuinely something that's out of my control, and I'm very sorry about that, but on with the video. Oh, that thumbnail took so long to make because of how heavy some of these albums are. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be doing a suggested video. I actually saw this idea from someone in the comments section of one of my last videos asking me to do a video about my favourite prog album covers, which I thought was a very good idea. And with prog is that, you know, the artwork is always very good anyway, you know, it's very intricate and you know something's going to be a prog album when you see it, you know what I mean. So it did take me a while to pick 10, but I did get down to 10. All of these are not in any particular order. In fact, I'm going to be going in alphabetical order because that's the way I pulled them out of the shelf. So first up we have Dream Theater's Scenes from a Memory, Metropolis Part 2. And I love this cover purely because it's called Scenes from a Memory and it's got little pictures in the face, you know, like little scenes. I think that's very clever. But it's, you know, it's just a great cover, really. Text isn't too big and it's very conceptual. I like a good conceptual cover. I'm going to be using that word probably quite a lot in this video because conceptual. Number 2, we have Brain Salad Surgery by ELP. There's one particular reason that I like this cover so much, is because it opens. And the poster is gone because it's up there. But I like this cover that it opens. I just like the cover itself, you know? I remember I saw a video on TikTok of someone talking about this album. Had never listened to prog before. I actually thought this was a metal album, just by the cover, which I can see why they think that. It is quite a metal looking cover, but one of my favourite bands, as you know. I hope these videos are informative because I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about, because in my head I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not very good at explaining. In my head I'm thinking, well, I'm not explaining this very well, I don't know what to say, I'm probably just spitting a load of garbage. Number 3, Foxtrot by Genesis, and not my favourite Genesis album, it's up there, but I prefer Nursery Crime and Selling England, but I do love this cover. As you can see, there's the fox hunters on the back, something I heavily disagree with, however, still a great cover. I don't know why I like this cover. It's one of those things, you know, you see a piece of art and you're like, I don't know why I like this, but I like it a lot. That's the opinion I had when I first looked at this album cover. I thought, well, I know this is going to be a great album just from the cover. And lo and behold, it is a great album. I just think it's very beautifully done. Very beautifully drawn, very beautifully painted. And yeah. That's a little download code that didn't actually work, and I had to email. I went out of my way to email the people at the Back to Black MP3 code company because I really wanted that album on my MP3 player. So, of course, no, it wasn't that one, it was Lamb Lies Down on Broadway that I had a lot of trouble with, but they actually gave me a new code, so that's good. Number 4, we have Octopus by Gentle Giant. Just, again, I love the ocean. Yeah, I like themes of the ocean. That's probably why I like the Genesis one so much, because, you know, there's a big ocean with a whale, and this one's just got a giant octopus on the front. I love the ocean. And again, beautifully drawn album cover. Very prog, as me and my dad like to say. Something is very prog. I know a lot of you guys have been asking if I listen to Gentle Giant. Yeah, I do. I have this album. I also have I think it's self-titled. I'm not sure, but we also have Acquiring the Taste. I like them a lot. Number 5, we have the classic 1969 In the Court of the Crimson King. It is a tongue twister by King Crimson. Again, it's just so much fear in this album cover. It really scared the hell out of me the first time I saw this album cover, and that's probably why it's up there in my favourite ones, is that if a piece of art is able to make you feel a certain emotion, like happiness or sadness or anger or scared or fear or whatever, then I think it's a good cover. This scared me so bad. I borrowed it from a friend, and I had the album sitting down there for a while. And I woke up one night to go to the bathroom, and I switched the light on and I just saw it and it scared me. I fell over. But I think that it definitely goes with the music on the album. It's a terrifying cover, but I do love it. I love the inside sleeve as well. This artwork here looks like something I would have seen in my nightmares, but I do love it. Love King Crimson. And it did take me a while to figure out which King Crimson artwork to put in, because I love the red one, but that's just them on the front. So I wanted to be a bit more imaginative, and I was going to go for In the Wake of Poseidon, or probably even Islands, because I just think that's such a beautiful cover. Number 6, we have Marillion Script for a Jester's Tear. A lot of you guys have been asking me if I listen to Marillion, and I'm going to make it clear now. I do, and I very much love them. This is actually a deluxe box set, which is very, very cool, and one of my favourite albums of all time. Very, very nicely done cover. Again, portrays a lot of emotion, which is what art is supposed to do. Very proggy for an 80s record, definitely, and I think that they definitely took the prog from the 70s, things like Pink Floyd as well, and pushed them through into the 80s, and a lot of people, like my dad, don't seem to like Marillion that much. They think they're like a copy band of like Pink Floyd and all these early prog bands like Genesis and Yes, but I think that they have their own sound, and I think it's a good one, and their covers are all very good as well. You know, you could take the text off and I'd know it was a Marillion cover. I think that's enough to be put in the list. Number 7, or is it 7? Oh, we're already on number 7. Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus. This album cover is just so strange that I love it. Like, you'll see an album cover that just looks so wacky, and you'll think that that's an interesting cover. And I remember the first time I listened to this album, I was like, what is this? Because I'd not heard much like it before, and it kind of made me want to explore more into the genre of prog and just weird music in general. The album art, you know, all the little differences, again, it's to do with the ocean. I really have a fascination with art that's got the ocean in it, but this ocean is made of cheese, but a very, very good cover, a very good band. I love the Primus album cover, so good as well. Number 7, we have 10,000 Days by Tool. Now this isn't the actual cover because this is a bootleg. I'll show you a bit better. There's a glare and I'm very sorry about that. But I'm sure you guys know the album cover for 10,000 Days as it is. Now, I don't think I've actually stressed how much I love Tool, and my friends will tell you that throughout 2020, probably end of 2019 going into 2020, Tool were my favourite band. I listened to them non-stop, and all you Tool fans out there know that they don't have a very big discography. I mean, they've got five or six albums, and I know each one inside out, even the demos. I went out of my way to get the demos, listen to the demos, and the early stuff and outtakes, and I just absolutely love this album. Such a great modern prog band and some great artwork. I think the artist is Alex Gray, and he does some incredible artwork, not just for the Tool album covers, just in general. I mean, I've seen his Instagram page and he's got some fantastic art on there, and you should check it out. It's all very trippy artwork, you know, makes you think. It's very, very cool. And I think the Lateralis album cover is probably in a close like second to the 10,000 Days one, but I prefer the album 10,000 Days, and the cover probably as well, because I remember I tried to actually draw it, but I didn't get very far. Number 9, we're nearing the end of the list. We have Porn Hearts by Van der Graaf Generator, another band that you guys have been asking me if I like. Yep, I love Van der Graaf Generator. In my collection video, I did mention that I've got 3 of their albums. One of them is now up for sale. If you are interested, it is the album God Bluff, this one. We have a copy of it now up for sale because we got in this one recently, which is a like a limited edition pressing or something like that. But again, I love this album cover. I love themes of space and themes of prog, and you put them together and you've got this album cover, which I absolutely love. I think that this is a brilliant album cover and a brilliant album to go with it as well. You didn't think I was going to have a top 10 prog album cover list without including the pioneers of the prog rock album covers. Yes, now this is my Steven Wilson remix box set, but I've got one in particular that I do love the most. Now these are the alternative covers as well, so it might look a little different to the original. I've actually I don't need to include that. I've got it right here because I've got this copy of Tales from Topographic Oceans, and I also have this one, which is the Steven Wilson one, but I prefer this one. Again, I do mention that I love themes of space, I love themes of the ocean, and I think that most Yes artwork that's been done by Roger Dean, I have a poster up there of the Close to the Edge gatefold sleeve, is just absolutely fantastic, absolutely beautiful artwork, and really does capture the essence of the band themselves and the music. And landscape photos, you know, landscape paintings are always, when done right, are amazing, and I think this is a very good example of that. Yes have such beautiful album covers, and that was one of the things that kind of drew me to them in the first place, apart from the music, was the album art, the iconic art style as well. When you have a style for your artwork, I think that makes you a great artist, which I think that he is, and a lot of people don't actually like this album very much. I love this album. I love most of the early Yes stuff, but going back to the album cover, such beautiful work, you know, such detail as well. Can't go wrong with the Yes album covers. I am going to do some honourable mentions, which I'm not going to go into too much detail about because that was my top 10 list and these are just the honourable mentions. Now, personally, I believe that Pink Floyd aren't exclusively a prog band. I think they're more of a psychedelic rock band and just a classic rock band in general, but they definitely do have prog aspects and definitely pushed prog into the mainstream. I adore the artwork for The Wall, and I'd probably put Animals in there too. I think Animals artwork actually kind of probably better than The Wall in some ways, but I'm going to use this one because this is such an iconic one, especially the gatefold. Such incredible artwork in there, and for an amazing album. An amazing conceptual album with some amazing conceptual art. And I don't need to say you should listen to The Wall because you probably already have. It's that much of an iconic album, but if you haven't, give it a listen. A lot of kind of early Pink Floyd nerds, like myself, don't really like The Wall, but I like a lot of Pink Floyd's discography as it is. I love The Wall, I love the early stuff, I love the Syd Barrett stuff, I love all that kind of jazz. I don't discriminate. It took me a long time to pick a Pink Floyd album cover that I like because The Division Bell's also in there, but I gotta put Animals in there as well as an honourable mention because this album kind of got me more into Pink Floyd. It's only got 5 tracks on the album. It's got a little pig flying through the Battersea Power Station, which I do not think is in use anymore because of climate change, but an amazing album cover. I've seen photos of the kind of making of the album cover and the gatefold. Some very lovely pictures of the area. I mean, they look very grey and very dull, which is a very good way to sum up the UK. Very grey, very dull at times, especially at the moment. And I gotta put this one in as an honourable mention because it's an iconic one. Aqualung by Jethro Tull, such an iconic album cover in the prog community and just in general. Definitely sums up the contents of the album, and you know, the song Aqualung itself, you can kind of see this kind of person being portrayed in the song, and I think that they did that very well in the production of this album cover and the production of the album itself. Really kind of grotesque looking person and some very good prog music to go along with it. It's a gatefold as well. This is actually a Steven Wilson remix of the album. Just some amazing artwork there of the band. I think that this video has been my most chatty one yet. I don't really chat a lot in my videos, but once you get me going about a certain topic, I will kind of not shut up about it. But that concludes today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I certainly loved seeing the idea of this video in my comment section, because as soon as I saw it I just didn't think to make a video like this, and as soon as I did see the comment I thought, I have to do this, I have to make this video, because obviously prog artwork is a big part of kind of describing prog and looking into it a lot deeper. As you can see on the poster up there, you know, prog artwork is beautiful. It's amazing. It captures an album very well, especially for a band like Yes or a band like King Crimson, where their album covers are so iconic. You know, you can tell a Yes album from another prog band because just the art style itself. And I think that that's important when creating an album cover, is you don't want something that's too similar to something else. I know that I am very close to 2,000 subscribers and I haven't done anything for 1,000 yet, but I will probably be doing a stream at some point, maybe on Sunday night. If that is a good time for people, I will announce details closer to the time. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've got some sort of videos lined up. I've got a good one for tomorrow with my dad, because we're gonna make this like a weekly Saturday thing. Dad chats, as I like to call them, because you guys seem to like the videos with my dad quite a lot. He is a very knowledgeable person. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!